Hello and welcome to Terrance the Ticklish Mule. And here he is right here. As you see, he's getting tickled right there by that straw, and that's why they call him the Ticklish Mule. Hey, this is a watch me problem, so you should sit back, relax, and watch how this problem is solved. And then you'll have to copy all this into your notebook, and bam, you're done. Without further ado, let us move on to our scenario. Terrance the Ticklish Mule is having a new barn built for his girlfriend. Nice guy. Hey, he wants to impress her with pictures of horses, cows, and sheep painted on the walls, grass painted on the floor, and clouds painted on the ceiling. Very creative, my friend. Hey, in order to purchase enough paint, Terrance needs to know the surface area of the barn. The net below is a representation of the barn. What is the surface area? So here we have it. This is a rectangular prism that has been folded or actually unfolded into a flat 2%, that's wrong, two-dimensional representation of a rectangular prism. So if you think about it, this wall would get flipped up and be up this way, right? This would get flipped up. This would get flipped over this way. This would get flipped and it'd be the side. So this would be one side, this would be the other. And then this would get flipped all the way around to be the top. And then that would be your rectangular prism. What you need to do is start to figure out your base and height for each of these, and then you can solve for the surface area. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And I'm going to write, right here we can see that this is 4 and this is 6, right? So if we do that, it's really easy to see that this is our base of 6 and our height of 4. Well, 6 times 4 is going to give us 24. So 24 right there. Bam. Love it. Okay, so now the next thing I want to look at is I'm going to look at this one right here. Now, if this is 4, that means this also has to be 4. So let's go ahead and write that in there. And I'm going to use white for this. So we'll just go 4 right here, right? And then if, so I've got my measurement of 4. If this here is 6, that means this also has to be 6. So I'm going to write 6 right there. And now I can simply multiply 6 times 4, or base times height, right? Which will give me 24 again, right? Bam, love it. All right, let's move on to this square. Once again, if this is 4, that means this is 4, and that means also this is 4. So let's go ahead and write that in. So I'm going to just write a 4 right there. And now if this here is 6, that means right across also has to be 6. And since these two would get folded up and be touching one another, the tip of this would have to be right in aligned with the tip of that. So this, if this is 6, that means this also has to be 6, right? So let's go ahead and write 6 right there. And then we're ready to do this because base times height would be 6 times 4, which once again would give us 24 right in the center there. Bam, love it. All right, so now we're moving along. This is awesome. All right, so once again, if this is 4, that means this has to be 4, this has to be 4, this has to be 4, and this too. I'm going to use this one right here, and I'm going to just write 4 there. So let's go ahead and plug our 4 in there. And then, since this is going to get folded up along the top, which would go along here, because remember, these two would form the corner. And so this tip and this tip would be up on top. And I'll show it right here, but it wouldn't be right there, right? Because it's up in the air, right? And then this side is going to go along this side, right? And if this is 6, that means this also has to be 6. So let's go ahead and write that 6 in there. And now that is a beautiful thing because we've got our base and our height. 6 times 4 is going to give us 24 once again. Bam, love it. So now I've got all my center areas for all of these boxes here. Now, this box here has to be my base times my height, and 6 times 6 is going to give me 36. So I'm going to write 36 right in there. And now I'm done with all except this square here. And this can be done pretty easily. If this base is 6, that means this has to be 6 as well. So let's go ahead and write our 6 in there. And then right here, if this is 6, we already know this is 6, right? That means this has to be 6. And if these two are getting folded together, the tip of this has to be in line with the tip of that. They need to match up, right? So that means that this also has to be 6. So let's write our 6 in there. Bam, love it. So now I have base times height, which is 6 times 6, which is going to give me 36. Bam, love it, my friends. All right, so now I have all of my boxes figured out for what the area is for each of those boxes, and all I have to do is add them up. Well, here I'm going to just take 24 and multiply it by 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So let's do that right here, and I'm going to use blue, and I'll go 24, and I'm going to multiply it by 4. 4 times 4 is going to give me 16. Drop the 6, carry the 1, and then 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is going to give me 9. So I've got 96 for all of these boxes here, right? Well, now I've got 36 and 36. I can either do 36 times 2, or I could do 36 plus 36. Let's do 36 plus 36 because it's kind of fun. 6 and 6 is going to give me 12. Drop my 2, carry my 1. 3 and 3 is 6, plus 1 is going to give me 7. And now all I have to do is add 96 plus 72. Let's go ahead and do that right up here. I'm going to go 96 plus 72, and that will give me my grand total. 6 and 2 is going to give me 8. 9 and 7 is going to give me 16. And these are feet, and they are squared. And right there, my friends, is your answer. 168 feet squared. Da-da-da-da. Bam, love it. And that is the square area that our good friend Terrance the Ticklish Mule needs to know when he goes to the hardware store to get his paint so that he can get enough so he can cover the entire floor, ceilings, and walls of his girlfriend's new barn. Love that, my friends. Hey, this is all you need to do to solve problems like this. What I'd like you to do right now is go ahead, pause the video, and copy all this into your notebooks so that you're ready for the next time we have a problem where you have to solve for the surface area. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.